Welcome to my channel World of Coins, the place where history meets treasure. Here, every coin tells a story, from the oldest United States classics that shaped our past to the newest rare discoveries that amaze collectors today. If you love the thrill of uncovering hidden value, exploring the beauty of design, and learning the secrets behind coins worth fortunes, then you're in the right place. Join us as we dive deep into the world of rare U.S. coins, both old and new, and reveal the fascinating details that make them priceless. Top 1. The 1973 Washington quarter dollar is a fascinating coin that continues to intrigue collectors decades after it was struck. While millions were produced for circulation, certain examples stand out as rare and highly valuable treasures. The Washington quarter series began in 1932, when the United States Mint introduced the design to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. By 1973, the coin had already been in circulation for over 40 years. The obverse of the coin features the bust of George Washington, facing left. His portrait was designed by John Flanagan and remains one of the most recognizable designs in American coinage. Above Washington's head is the word Liberty, while to the left appears the national motto "In God We Trust." At the bottom of the coin, the date 1973 is clearly struck. Turning to the reverse, the quarter displays an eagle with spread wings, clutching arrows and surrounded by olive branches. Above the eagle is the phrase United States of America, with the motto E pluribus unum beneath it. The denomination quarter dollar appears at the bottom. This simple yet bold design had been in use since 1932, making the 1973 quarter part of a long-running and iconic series. In 1973, quarters were struck at 3 different U.S. Mint facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Philadelphia coins carry no mint mark, Denver coins show a small D, and San Francisco coins carry an S. The majority of coins produced were intended for circulation, while the San Francisco Mint also struck proof coins specifically for collectors. These proofs display mirror-like surfaces and sharp details. The composition of the 1973 quarter was the standard copper-nickel clad, introduced in 1965 to replace the 90% silver issues of earlier years. The clad quarters consist of a copper core sandwiched between 2 layers of nickel. Although silver was no longer used in circulation strikes, collectors often seek out the San Francisco proof issues, some of which were struck in 40% silver for special collector sets. The mintage for 1973 quarters was high, with hundreds of millions released into circulation. This makes circulated examples common even today, but the true value lies in rare errors, unusual varieties, and coins that have survived in pristine, mint-state condition with exceptional eye appeal. Among the most prized are coins struck with double dies, off-center errors, and other minting mistakes that occurred during production. These unique coins can command extraordinary prices. Proof coins also attract collector attention, especially those graded at the highest levels with deep cameo contrast. These coins represent the very best quality produced by the mint. High-grade circulation strikes can be surprisingly rare, since most 1973 quarters were heavily used in commerce and show significant wear today. Collectors seek examples with sharp details, smooth fields, and full mint luster. Reducing even a few tiny marks can dramatically increase a coin's value. The 1973 quarter also holds interest for its place in history. The early 1970s were a time of social change, economic shifts, and evolving U.S. coinage. As everyday money, the 1973 quarter passed through countless hands, used for pay phones, vending machines, and gas stations when prices were far lower than today. Every quarter from this year is a small piece of that past, a tangible connection to American life in the early 70s. For collectors, building a set of Washington quarters is a rewarding challenge. The 1973 coin plays an important role in bridging the early clad years with the later state quarters program. Finding the perfect 1973 quarter can be difficult, as truly high-grade coins are far scarcer than the mintage numbers suggest. Auction houses have seen some examples fetch astonishing sums, particularly when coins combine rarity, condition, and eye-catching appeal. The thrill of coin collecting comes from such discoveries, knowing that even a coin most people overlook can hold great value. Under the right circumstances, for beginners, the 1973 quarter is a great introduction to numismatics, being affordable in circulated grades yet offering serious potential in rare varieties and top conditions. for advanced collectors, the challenge lies in securing those elusive mint-state gems or rare proof issues that separate ordinary collections from extraordinary ones. The 1973 Washington Quarter reminds us that not all treasures are ancient or exotic. Sometimes, everyday coins from the recent past can carry hidden stories and hidden worth. Every coin is a tiny time capsule, holding both the artistry of its design and the legacy of the era in which it was struck. And for the most remarkable, rarest, and best preserved examples of the 1973 Washington Quarter dollar, the value has reached an incredible $185,000. Top 2. The Washington Quarter of 1974 is a fascinating piece of American coinage history, carrying with it both everyday familiarity and the potential for hidden value. Millions were produced that year, yet only a tiny fraction today stand out as rare and highly collectible. The story of the Washington Quarter began in 1932, when the U.S. Mint honored the 200th birthday of George Washington with a brand new coin. By 1974, this design had already been circulating for over 4 decades, becoming a cornerstone of American currency. The obverse, or front side, of the coin displays the profile of George Washington facing left. His portrait is bold and dignified, representing the nation's first president and symbolizing strength and leadership. Above his head appears the word liberty, a central theme in American coinage, while the phrase "In God We Trust" is neatly placed to the left. The date, 1974, anchors the design at the bottom. The reverse of the quarter features a powerful eagle with wings spread wide, clutching arrows of defense, and surrounded by olive branches of peace. Above the eagle is the inscription United States of America, with the motto E pluribus unum just below. At the very bottom is the denomination quarter dollar, leaving no doubt about its role as a piece of everyday American money. This simple yet powerful design remained unchanged until the state quarters program began in 1999. In 1974, quarters were struck at 3 different mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Philadelphia coins have no mint mark, Denver coins carry a D, and San Francisco coins bear an S. The Philadelphia and Denver coins were produced for circulation, while the San Francisco Mint focused on proof coins made for collectors. Proofs are easily identified by their mirror-like shine and sharper details. The 1974 quarters were made of the copper-nickel-clad composition, which had replaced silver in 1965. The clad design consists of a pure copper core layered with nickel, giving the coin its silvery appearance. Although silver was absent from circulation strikes, collectors could still acquire special silver coins through proof sets, but the standard 1974 quarter contained no silver. In total, hundreds of millions of quarters were struck in 1974, making them common in pocket change. Yet, as with many coins, rarity lies not in numbers alone but in condition and unusual varieties. Coins that were struck with doubling on the lettering or portrait, known as double die errors, are among the most sought-after varieties of this year. These mistakes occurred when the design on the die shifted during preparation. Other rare error coins include off-center strikes, broad strikes, or even coins struck on the wrong planchets. These mint errors are rare survivors, quickly spotted by sharp-eyed collectors. Proof coins also play a significant role for 1974. High-grade proofs with deep cameo contrast, where the design appears frosted against a mirror-like background, are particularly valuable. Mint state coins from Philadelphia and Denver are also difficult to find in pristine condition. Most 1974 quarters entered circulation and suffered wear, scratches, and other damage. When a coin is graded by a professional service, its condition is described on a scale from 1 to 70. Quarters from 1974 that reach the upper range of this scale, such as MS 67 or MS 68, are exceptionally rare. These high-grade survivors can command huge premiums at auctions, especially when combined with strong luster, sharp detail, and no distracting marks. Collectors often focus on completing a full set of Washington quarters, and the 1974 issue is an essential piece of that puzzle. While circulated examples are affordable, gem-quality coins elevate the collection dramatically. The 1974 quarter also represents a piece of everyday history. It was the coin that jingled in pockets, fueled vending machines, and paid for parking meters during the mid-1970s. Each coin carries with it stories of that time, the energy crisis, changes in culture, and a nation moving forward into a new era. From a collector's perspective, the allure of the 1974 quarter lies in spotting the hidden gems among the millions. One ordinary-looking coin might turn out to be an extraordinary rarity. Auction houses and coin shows have recorded surprising results for certain 1974 quarters, with some coins bringing in amounts that shock even seasoned collectors. The appeal of these coins is that anyone might have one. It's possible to find a valuable example sitting in a jar of change, waiting to be discovered. The Washington Quarter series is one of the most collected in American numismatics, and 1974 plays a central role in this journey. Its combination of high mintage, historical context, and potential for rare varieties makes it exciting for both new and experienced collectors. For some, the joy comes from hunting through rolls of quarters from the bank. For others, it's in acquiring top-graded specimens that have stood the test of time in immaculate condition. Every collector dreams of finding the rare quarter that stands out from the rest, one that holds not only monetary value but also the thrill of discovery. And when it comes to the very finest examples of the 1974 Washington Quarter, coins with perfect preservation, remarkable eye appeal, or dramatic errors, the value has been known to reach as high as $180,000. Top 3. The 1979 Washington Quarter Dollar is more than just a coin that circulated in pockets, purses, and cash registers across America. It is a piece of numismatic history that continues to spark interest among collectors. While millions were minted, certain rare examples have become highly desirable treasures. The Washington Quarter design, first introduced in 1932, was created to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. By the year 1979, the design was already a familiar part of American life, having endured nearly half a century as the nation's 25-cent coin. The obverse of the coin presents the dignified bust of George Washington, facing left. Designed by sculptor John Flanagan, this portrait reflects Washington's legacy of leadership and resilience. Above Washington's head, the word liberty is boldly inscribed, while the phrase "In God We Trust" is neatly placed to the left of the portrait. At the bottom, the date 1979 marks the year of issue. Turning to the reverse, the design features a heraldic eagle with wings spread, perched on a bundle of arrows symbolizing strength and readiness. Surrounding the eagle is a wreath of olive branches, representing peace. Above the eagle, the words United States of America curve around the rim, while the motto E Pluribus Unum sits just beneath. At the bottom, the denomination quarter dollar makes its purpose clear. In 1979, Washington quarters were produced at 3 U.S. mint facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Philadelphia quarters bear no mint mark, Denver quarters display a D, and San Francisco pieces show an S. Most coins from Philadelphia and Denver were intended for circulation, meaning they went straight into the hands of the public. San Francisco, however, specialized in striking proof coins for collectors. Proof coins from 1979 are easily recognizable by their polished, mirror-like fields and frosted details, which stand out in sharp contrast. These were made specifically for coin enthusiasts and not for everyday spending. The composition of the 1979 quarter was copper-nickel clad, introduced in 1965 after the removal of silver from circulation coinage. Each quarter contains a copper core bonded between 2 layers of nickel. Although not silver, these clad coins played an important role in America's economy, serving as dependable workhorses in daily commerce. From vending machines to toll booths, the 1979 quarter was a part of everyday life. Even though hundreds of millions of 1979 quarters were minted, condition separates ordinary pieces from truly special ones. Most circulated heavily and now show scratches, wear, and discoloration. However, coins that manage to survive in pristine, mint-state condition are far scarcer. Collectors prize these coins for their strong luster, sharp details, and clean surfaces. Error coins from 1979 also attract significant interest. Double die strikes, off-center errors, and coins struck on wrong planchets are among the most sought-after anomalies of this year. San Francisco proof coins, especially those graded with deep cameo contrast, can be particularly valuable. Their shimmering beauty and high quality make them standout pieces in any collection. Meanwhile, circulation strikes from Philadelphia and Denver that have been graded at the highest levels, such as MS 67 or MS 68, are considered true rarities. These coins have sold for large sums at auctions. For collectors building a complete Washington quarter set, the 1979 issue is an essential addition. representing the later years of the original eagle reverse design. What makes the 1979 quarter so appealing is that it's both accessible and potentially rare. Everyday examples can be found in change, but the finest or error examples can be worth a fortune. The historical context adds to its appeal as well. In 1979, the U.S. was experiencing economic challenges, rising energy costs, and a shift toward a new decade of change. These coins were a silent witness to that era. Quarters from this year may seem ordinary, but each one carries with it the story of where it traveled, who used it, and what it purchased in the late 1970s. For collectors, every search through pocket change or coin rolls carries the hope of finding an elusive 1979 quarter in top condition. That thrill of discovery is what keeps numismatics alive. Many auction records show that certain 1979 quarters, especially those with rare errors or perfect grades, have shocked bidders by reaching incredible price levels. The reason is simple: rarity combined with condition creates true demand. Collectors are willing to pay extraordinary sums for the finest surviving coins. This means that even an everyday-looking 1979 quarter has the potential to be a hidden treasure, depending on its condition or minting anomalies. Every collector knows the joy of spotting a coin that others overlooked. The 1979 Washington quarter offers exactly that possibility, making it one of the most exciting issues to hunt. Whether you're a beginner who just loves searching through change or an experienced numismatist building a world-class set, the 1979 quarter has something to offer. It bridges the old tradition of the eagle reverse with the approaching design changes that would eventually come in 1999 with the state quarters, and when it comes to the rarest and most pristine examples of the 1979 Washington quarter, the value has soared as high as $155,000. Top 4. The Washington quarter of 1981 is an intriguing piece of American coinage that continues to capture the imagination of collectors. While it may appear as just another everyday coin, certain examples of this year's issue are worth far more than their face value. The story of this coin begins decades earlier in 1932, when the United States Mint first introduced the Washington quarter to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. By 1981, the design had already been in circulation for nearly 50 years. The obverse of the coin proudly displays the portrait of George Washington, designed by sculptor John Flanagan. His likeness, facing left, has become one of the most enduring images in U.S. coinage history. Above Washington's head sits the word Liberty, while to the left is the national motto "In God We Trust." The date 1981 is clearly shown at the bottom, reminding us of the year it was struck. On the reverse, a bold eagle takes center stage. Its wings are spread wide, symbolizing strength and vigilance, while arrows clutched in its talons convey readiness to defend the nation. Surrounding the eagle are olive branches, a timeless symbol of peace. Above, the words United States of America curve across the rim, while the motto E pluribus unum is inscribed below. The denomination $quarter is displayed at the bottom, completing the design that was used from 1932 until the introduction of the state quarters in 1999. In 1981, quarters were struck at 3 different mint facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Philadelphia coins carry no mint mark, Denver coins feature a D, and San Francisco coins are marked with an S. Coins from Philadelphia and Denver were primarily produced for circulation, meaning they went straight into the hands of the public. These were the workhorse coins of everyday commerce. San Francisco, on the other hand, struck proof coins specifically for collectors. These proofs are known for their mirror-like surfaces and crisp, frosted details. The composition of the 1981 Washington quarter was copper-nickel clad, a material used since 1965 after silver was removed from regular circulation coins. This clad design featured a copper core sandwiched between 2 layers of nickel. Although lacking silver, the 1981 quarter holds historical and collector value, especially when found in pristine condition or with rare minting errors. Hundreds of millions of quarters were minted in 1981, making them common in circulation. Yet, as any collector knows, rarity is not just about how many were made, it's about how many survive in exceptional condition. The vast majority of these coins were used daily and quickly accumulated scratches, dings, and wear from circulation. High-grade, uncirculated coins are far more difficult to find. Proof coins from San Francisco are especially attractive to collectors. The highest quality proofs with deep cameo contrast, where the design frosts stand out against mirror-like fields, are among the most desirable. Error coins from 1981 also excite numismatists. Examples include double dies, off-center strikes, broad strikes, and wrong planchet errors. These unique mistakes can make an ordinary quarter extraordinarily valuable. Grading plays a vital role in determining value. Coins are evaluated on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher numbers indicating superior preservation. Coins graded MS-67 or MS-68 are considered extraordinary rarities. Auction houses have seen select 1981 quarters in top condition fetch impressive sums. It is these rare survivors that transform a common coin into a remarkable collectible. The historical backdrop of 1981 adds another layer of interest. The nation was entering a new decade, facing economic shifts and embracing cultural changes. Quarters from that year were silent witnesses to it all. Every 1981 quarter in circulation tells a story. It may have been used to buy gas, a phone call, or even a meal during an era when prices were far lower than today. For coin collectors, searching through change or rolls of quarters always carries the possibility of uncovering a hidden gem from this year. That chance discovery is part of the thrill of numismatics. While circulated examples are plentiful, the true treasures lie in those rare coins that escaped wear, retained their luster, and showcase flawless details. The eagle reverse design of the 1981 quarter also holds nostalgic charm. For many Americans, this was the quarter they grew up with before the era of the state quarters began in 1999. Building a complete Washington quarter set often includes the challenge of finding coins like the 1981 issue in top condition. It adds both depth and value to a collection. Proof sets from San Francisco remain popular collector items, and coins from these sets in perfect preservation are especially sought after. Collectors know that condition and rarity drive value, and the 1981 quarter provides opportunities for both. Every example examined under a magnifying glass could reveal an unexpected treasure. Ultimately, the 1981 Washington quarter reminds us that not all treasures are ancient or exotic. Sometimes the most valuable coins are those hiding in plain sight, and for the finest, rarest, and most remarkable examples of the 1981 Washington quarter dollar, the value has reached an astounding $145,000. Top 5. The Washington quarter dollar of 1983 is one of those coins that might seem common at first glance but carries fascinating stories and incredible potential value for collectors. While millions were minted, certain examples stand out as rare treasures worth serious money. By 1983, the Washington quarter design had already been in circulation for more than 50 years. First introduced in 1932 to celebrate the 200th birthday of George Washington, it became a beloved and enduring part of American coinage. The obverse of the 1983 quarter features the bold portrait of George Washington, facing left. Sculpted by John Flanagan, this portrait had remained unchanged for decades, symbolizing leadership and stability. Above Washington's head is the word liberty, while the motto "In God We Trust" appears to the left. At the bottom, the year 1983 is clearly struck, reminding us of the era in which it was minted. The reverse showcases the familiar heraldic eagle design. With wings spread wide, the eagle grasps arrows in its talons while resting on a wreath of olive branches, representing the balance of strength and peace. Encircling the eagle are inscriptions: United States of America at the top, E pluribus unum just above the bird, and quarter dollar at the bottom, identifying its denomination. In 1983, quarters were minted in two facilities, Philadelphia and Denver. Philadelphia quarters carry no mint mark, while those from Denver feature a D. Unlike many other years, San Francisco did not release proof quarters for circulation in 1983. This makes the year particularly interesting for collectors, as no mint-issued proof sets were available. The lack of mint sets in 1983 is one of the main reasons why high-grade examples are so difficult to find. Without collector sets preserving pristine coins, most 1983 quarters circulated heavily. The composition of these coins was copper-nickel clad, consisting of a copper core sandwiched between layers of nickel. Silver was no longer part of regular quarters since 1965. Because so many circulated and so few were saved in uncirculated condition, coins from 1983 in top grades are much scarcer than the mintage numbers might suggest. This scarcity has led to a strong collector demand for high-quality 1983 quarters. Mint-state examples with sharp details and full luster are extremely desirable today. error coins from this year also capture collectors' attention. Striking errors, off-center strikes, and double-die varieties can make an ordinary-looking coin incredibly valuable. One of the most famous errors from this era includes quarters struck on planchets intended for other denominations, creating spectacular wrong planchet rarities. Collectors also look closely at coins with weak strikes or unusual surface features. These oddities add uniqueness and can significantly increase value. Another factor boosting the appeal of 1983 quarters is the historical context. The early 1980s were years of economic change in America, and these coins reflect that period in a subtle yet meaningful way. Quarters from 1983 were used everywhere: vending machines, pay phones, toll booths, and everyday purchases. They became part of the rhythm of daily American life. Every coin tells a story of where it traveled, who used it, and what it bought. A 1983 quarter may have purchased gasoline, candy, or even a newspaper during a time when prices were far different than today. For collectors, the challenge lies in finding coins that escape the wear and tear of circulation. That rarity makes the hunt for 1983 quarters even more thrilling. Grading is essential when it comes to determining a coin's worth. Coins graded at the highest levels, such as MS-67 or MS-68, can command remarkable premiums in the numismatic market. Auction results have shown that collectors are willing to pay extraordinary sums for top-grade 1983 quarters, making them a hot commodity in the coin world. The absence of mint sets has created what many call a key modern date in the Washington quarter series, further fueling interest in this specific year. Building a complete set of Washington quarters requires the inclusion of the 1983 issue, making it an essential piece of any serious collection. Even though most examples are common and worn, the excitement comes from knowing that a rare gem could still be hiding in change or old rolls of coins. For beginners, the 1983 quarter is an introduction to the importance of condition and rarity in coin collecting. For advanced numismatists, it's a serious prize to track down. The eagle reverse of the 1983 quarter also holds nostalgic charm, reminding collectors of an era before the state quarters brought dramatic design changes in 1999. Ultimately, the 1983 Washington quarter shows that even modern coins can become valuable treasures when history, scarcity, and condition come together. And for the finest, rarest, and most remarkable surviving examples of the 1983 Washington quarter, the value has been known to reach as high as $135,000.